I look for it to change though. They're fighting for their life. It's game six. It's a young core, so it's not really um, a team that's experienced. But they do have CJ over there. They got Kaminga, who's kind of got some notches on their belts that can kind of lead the way. So I have faith. I think this series can go to seven, and it'll be interesting in seven.
G Money, what have you thought of this series?
I think this, as far as Atlanta goes, it's how CJ McCollum goes. When he's on, they're hard to beat. But last game, man just was not hitting at all. And Brunson plays well. Cat doesn't play defense. He's a defensive liability for the most part. And I don't know why they just don't frickin' force him to play defense and make him foul out. Just take him off the court. I mean, there's a reason the Knicks were trying to trade him during the season. And there's a reason why Minnesota traded him 2 years ago. He's a liability, a defensive liability. Offensively, he's okay. I mean, hell, Embiid had a better game than he did, and Embiid couldn't even jump. So I tend to think the Knicks going to have just enough to win the series, but I wish they wouldn't. I wish they wouldn't, because I'd like to see New York burn.
Wouldn't we all?
I'm with you.
I know I'm kind of going out of turn here, but I don't think it's so much CJ McCollum needs to step up because he's, I don't know, 30 whatever years old. I'm wondering where's Jalen Johnson at in this series, because I'm still waiting for him to have that at least one game where he just takes over, or at least a quarter, something where he puts his fingerprints on this series. And I feel like if the Hawks are going to win this series, it's going to need that to happen. But June, what do you think?
No, I think the Hawks are playing good. I mean, it's hard to beat a veteran team that's been doing it for a while. The Knicks have last 3 years been in the playoffs, been trying to get to the Eastern Conference Finals, trying to get to the finals. And Atlanta's an up and coming team. I mean, that was the best thing that ever happened to them was the trade of Trae Young. It happened. This team, when they traded Trae Young, this team exploded. They turned that corner, and this team was all in. And they did a great job. A lot of people thought, okay, they traded Trae Young, so they're not going to be good till next year. They got some pieces like McCollum and whoever else they got from the Wizards that they can trade probably away. Now they got to think to themselves, oh my gosh, we're keeping this together and probably going to keep it again together next year. And you're right. Yeah. I'm looking for a second scorer to step up for this team. That's what they need. And they need to be consistent. And that's what they don't have right now is consistency. And it's kind of like what's going on with Detroit. They don't have that consistent guy. So if they can weather the storm and they can push this to a game 7, they may have a chance to upset the Knicks.
Malin.
Yeah, I don't know. Floppy Brunson, what did he score? Like 39 points.
Yeah.
You sneeze on him, he falls down, just a free throw line. He's like a more unathletic James Harden, which is hard to do, but he somehow pulled it off to look less athletic. I actually think that the worst thing for Atlanta this year is to actually win this series. If they push it and they go out in the first round, I think that tells the front office that, yes, we're better, but we need more pieces. They need another shooter is what they need. If Johnson to show me anything is that he's not there yet. At some point, maybe he might be, but they need another shooter. They need somebody else. There's a piece that's missing. And I feel like if they go into the second round and, lose a series to Boston or something like that, Atlanta might go into the offseason thinking, yeah, we're really good. Like June just said, like, yeah, let's run it back with the same crew and see what happens. And I think they'll just get stuck in a mode of not mediocrity because you're going to the playoffs, but just, yeah, we're going to see every year, but are you ever going to take that next step? But with that being said, no disrespect, Ryan, but I would rather, and I know I'm jumping the gun here on Boston Celtics, but I would rather face Atlanta than New York. Just because I hate New York and I don't want that much on the line, and I don't want to, possibly lose to them again. So, and you know what? You always have those people, Jalen. To be the best, you got to beat the best, and that's not true. That is not true. You can an easier team. You can face an easier team in the playoffs, and I'm fine with it. I don't
Mhm.
Man,
just that's just how I feel.
Mhm.
I hate that slogan. I'm like, shut up, man. I just want to win. Uh,
Facts.
so yeah, like I would have like I'm glad that we faced the Patriots in the Super Bowl as a Seahawks fan versus a Broncos
right.
team with a healthy Bo Nix. Is all I'm saying.
We did
Y'all was scared of Bo Nix?
Man. I was scared of the Denver Broncos.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Good. And I think that
Mr.
Bo Nix would have won that game.
Yeah, I think the Knicks woke up to their usual middle of the road playoff type of team just to avoid embarrassment. I think what we're going to see from them going forward is the usual Knicks, like a lot of explosive plays, but in the end, they're going to be short of the championship. They just got more aggressive, 36-25 in the fourth quarter against the Hawks. Kind of woke up a bit. Jalen Brunson, 39 points, Cat, 14 rebounds. I think they have the experience, unfortunately, and the momentum heading into Atlanta. And I do agree with Malin. Speaking from experience as a Heat fan, you do not want false success and to keep going just to like
Mhm.
lose, 3 finals or, get eliminated somewhere along the road. So I think the best thing that can happen to Atlanta is just to continue building because I do think they have a good foundation here.
Yeah, I don't have too much more to add here. I think the next game is going to be very interesting. What's that, tomorrow night?
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting now that backs are on the wall here to see what happens. But if this does come down to a game 7, which would be back in Madison Square Garden, I think it's really hard for the Hawks to win that game.
Mhm.
I'm not writing them off though. Either way, I think anything can happen for sure. And if the Hawks can force a game 7, I think that the whatever strategy they used to do that, the Knicks are a team that can be exploited over and over again. They don't make adjustments like
Mhm.
that. They go down with
No.
the sink
No.
with the ship sinking.
Yeah.
So if they have a strategy that whoops their ass in game 6, you can do it again in game 7. So I think this tomorrow's night's game is going to be very interesting.
Yeah.
All right. Next game or next series. Boston and Philly 3-2 is where this one sits at right now. Frustrating. Ryan, what do you think of this series?
Honestly, watching it because I was watching the Atlanta game last night and I kind of watched the Celtics fumble it, and it just made me a little more upset watching the Philadelphia Sixers get a dub and Atlanta's fail. Because the Celtics should have closed it out. I mean, Embiid, he had a game. I didn't really catch it. I watched some highlights, but I mean, that's the thing that frustrates me with the live by the three, die by the three aspect. Like
Mhm.
it just feels like sometimes Boston is stuck in their ways, and they're gonna just shoot themselves out the game, like no matter what. Um, but I was really looking forward to the Celtics closing that out, so I didn't have to hear any Philly fans kind of, get piped up. Um, but I think it's gonna be over next game. Celtics seem to be clicking. I think Tatum's finna get in his rhythm. Obviously, coming off that Achilles kind of makes things difficult, but it's only a matter of time. Honestly, you just got to get those shots up, and once he gets flowing, I think the Celtics will be back to their normal self. But Yeah, that's what I like about the East. I think everybody's beatable in their own way, and I think this first round is kind of showing that. But yeah, I think Celtics gonna close it out here the next game, so I'm not really buying too much into the Philadelphia stock at all. I think Embiid is cooked. Not necessarily, but just them knees, bro. It's over with. Yeah, he's getting pushed out by VJ and Maxi. So I'll be interested to see what they do in the offseason, see if they blow it up, trade some pieces. But yeah, I think this one might be wraps.
So we're saying the process is over. We trusted the process and
Yeah,
it's now over, right?
the process is gonna get moved elsewhere. It's gonna get packaged up.
15 years trusting the process.
Good
Shout out
Lord.
to the chat. We've got Bridget in here. We've got Morgan in here. Bridget says lots of New York hate today. And then Morgan says, I hate New York too.
Oh,
Bridget's barely in New York. She hates it too.
She's in,
legally.
yeah.
She can't come to terms with it.
That's what I'm saying. But all right, G Money, what do you think about this series?
So, give you an analogy here is that Boston's like a cat and Philadelphia's like the mouse. So, if you've ever watched cats catch mice, when they catch them, they'll play with them for a little bit, and then sometimes the mouse gets away. They got to catch him again. They play with him, and then finally they eat him. That's what the Celtics are doing with Philadelphia. They play with him a little bit, and Philadelphia lands up winning a game or two. But Boston's going to beat them. They're going to win this series, and it's going to be the next game. I will say that Vukovic, the fuck, bitch. You let a crippled Embiid push you all over the fucking floor, you worthless sack of shit. You know, where the fuck is ice when you need them?
Oh, God.
Send that bitch back to Czech. Send him back.
No alcohol for him tonight. Can he not drink tonight? We can't. We cannot with him tonight.
Just saying if they're out there, they can help.
I mean,
June, go ahead.
I mean, there's.
All right, go ahead.
Well, I think, I think Boston. That was a letdown last night. That's a letdown. I don't think it really means too much going forward. I think it's just one of those things that happened. Embiid got hot. Paul George got hot. It was the end of the game. They felt themselves. They got the win. It's over. Move on. It's over. I just don't see it this going any further. I think it's going to be a blowout in the next game. Boston finishes series with ease. And I said this, a couple of weeks ago, the road is going to go through Boston because Detroit is shitting the bed right now. So Boston, it's Boston's series. It's Boston's final, Eastern Conference Finals to lose at this point.
Jesus.
All right, I like it.
Bridget says, "Nice rhyme, G Money." Malin, go.
Right. I got an analogy for you guys, like G Money does. Right. So, Nestor is the Celtics, and his little dinghy is Philadelphia. And if you've ever seen Nestor with his dinghy, he likes to play with it a little bit, like cat and mice.
What dinghy?
I'm
Dinghy?
kidding.
What?
What are you talking about right now?
Like a boat.
Well, he might. Well, he wouldn't call it a boat. Anyways.
No.
You want to know how you lose a game? You lose it when you go 3 for 22 in the fourth quarter. That's how you get blown out in a fourth quarter. 3 for 22. I mean, I thought that James Harden was out there building houses for the needy. And then Boston said, hey, hold my beer. We're gonna build some houses because they were bricking it all over the place. And you're right, Ryan. Like, they can shoot themselves out of games, and they did that. And it wasn't just that they were missing shots; they were taking bad shots. They were taking desperate shots in the beginning of the fourth quarter, which led to more desperate shots towards the end of the fourth quarter. And it was just frustrating to see. I don't like Embiid just bullying. The one weakness that Boston has is that we don't really have we're not built for that type of. There's not a whole lot of teams that are built
Yeah.
to stop a big man in the post like that. So when Embiid's got his back shot up and he's not feeling any pain for a little bit, he can go out there and score some points. He hurt his knee a little bit, so I hope that hurts him a little bit. But I tell you what, our insurance companies are getting real nervous if Philly gets close to a game 7. They don't want the payouts because like Philly fans just light shit on fire. So people are going to be climbing poles and lighting cars on fire if they just win round 1 because that's what Philly fans
Facts.
do. So yeah, we need to take care of business. June, I like your enthusiasm. But me right now, like as a Boston fan, I'm taking the rest of this day to be angry and to work through that process of anger. And then tomorrow I will share your optimism. But right now I'm just pissed at what we saw in the fourth quarter. It was disgusting.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Nestor.
Yeah, I agree with June. And even Paul George got aggressive. This is a kind of like not a one-off, but I do feel like the Celtics are used to bouncing back. They understand this. They have the experience. They just honestly they just stopped shooting in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
I think the percentage was like 16 from the floor, something crazy like that. Yeah, I think they're gonna bounce back. I don't really see anything besides Embiid and Maxey. I don't see anything special about this Sixers team.
You know what I don't like about this first round, Jalen, is that when the Celtics win the championship like they did a couple years ago, they got out of the first couple rounds fast. They normally get into this fuck around and find out 7-game series shit in the first round, second round, and we get annoyed by it, and then they're tired. And Nick Wright on FS1, God bless that man with them locks that I wish I had. He came out with a stat today that said 17 out of the last 22 NBA champions got out of the first round in 4 or 5 games. And I was like, damn, well, if that's the case, there's only a few of us out there, and somehow the Lakers are still one of those in play. So that's crazy. But I don't like it. We need to end it in this next game. Just get out of here. We don't need to fuck around with this team.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I get that the 3-point shooting, live or die by it. That is our thing. That is what the math tells you to do. But man, is it frustrating to watch in these series because these are the type of losses you take with that same theory. But I thought G Money's kind of analogy summed it all up. But listen, man, you can only let that mouse get away 3 times on you. Let it slip again one more time, and that's it. So we'll take care of business, but if this is another team that's more talented, we could be in some serious trouble. The mouse is gone. So, all right, let's get on to the next game, which is all right. Toronto and Cleveland, which they are still playing right now, and Toronto's down by 7 right now with 5.5 left. So we'll see what happens here. But this one's tied up as of right now. Ryan, what do you think about this series?
I think both teams are trying to lose to each other, bro. Like, to be honest, because I swear to God, like I don't know, man. This is the most confusing one to me. Obviously, you have the narrative of like James Harden, going into this one not being able, like, or not. He has a fresh start to rewrite the narrative this year. So it just seemed like they were handling business. Like everybody said, like kind of same thing with Boston. Like you just expect them to take care of business, especially against the Raptors, who are kind of having a down stretch when they are entering the playoffs. They got boosted up to that 5 spot through some magic bullshit. I know the Celtics G League team beat them, gave the Raptors that 5 spot, unfortunately, because I think Atlanta would have had a cakewalk with Cleveland. Not a cakewalk, but But I don't know. I think Cleveland can lose this series just as easily as they can, finish it out. But it's I don't know. It's confusing to me. I don't know who wants to win it. I haven't really paid too much attention watching the games. Just been keeping up with the stats and highlights. And it just, I don't know. James Harden is kind of performing like James Harden in the playoffs already. So it'll be interesting to see who advances and what they have to offer in the second round. But I think, honestly, I think Cleveland will step up to the occasion, but I honestly think they're out by the second round.
G Money.
Yeah, when you saw the matchup, I don't know. I felt that Cleveland was the better team, but when you watch the games, not necessarily so. Toronto was Nestor's surprise team, and it continues to surprise. I look at this, and my thought was Cleveland should win this. They should win this at most in 5 games. And here we are, and we're at game 5, and it's tied at 2. You look at the team that Cleveland's built, and you just wonder, what are they missing? Do they need to go out and do they need to fire their head coach and hire Billy Donovan since he's out there now? Do they need, they made a trade at the deadline and got Harden. It just doesn't look like they're clicking on all cylinders. And yeah, Harden's being Harden. I don't know what else you want an old chubby guy to do. He's scoring points. But I'm disappointed in Cleveland. But it is Cleveland. And, anybody that's been to Cleveland knows that once you go there, you never want to go back. If you leave there, you pretend like you've never been there. LeBron made the mistake of going back, and he realized it was a mistake, and now he's in LA. He's like, fuck that, I ain't going back there. That ain't happening.
A mistake out of lake.
June, what are your thoughts?
I'm going to throw out a number, and that number is 31. Does anybody know what that number is?
31.
That number is the number of turnovers that James Harden has in this series so far. That's why this series is the way it is. This is why Cleveland can't pull ahead. James Harden is not helping this team. I hate to tell people that. James Harden is the kind of guy that if your team won 45 games one year, he may be able to come in and get you 8 to 10 more games with having James Harden on your team. But when you get to the playoffs, your team is going to struggle because James Harden he's not a guy that's going to win you a championship. He's just not that guy. And people need to stop thinking of James Harden as that guy. We're going to bring him in. He's going to help us win a championship. When? When is he going to do that? And people keep saying, I keep thinking to myself, thank God the Mavericks have said, no, we don't even want James Harden. Because there was a time that I thought the Mavericks ownership was going to, when they was really looking at getting James Harden, I was like, no, the hell y'all not. No, the hell you're not. And that's why this series is tied the way it is. Because number one, Donovan Mitchell and James Harden is the exact same player. They are the exact same player. There's no difference in those two. They're never going to win a championship. They may be the main guy on the team, but they're never going to be the guy on that team and lead to a championship. So I don't understand. That's why this Toronto is okay. They're not the best team. Ryan said it best. They only in that spot because other people lost in front of them. That's the only reason why they're in the spot. That's the only reason why they're in this spot. And they in the fifth spot. They're not a good team. Cleveland should be with the scoring production of a James Harden and Donovan Mitchell. They should be putting a team like this away, not tied with them. It's ridiculous to watch this. And teams are not going to learn, but they're going to keep paying James Harden because he's going to win them a championship. So it's a good series, by the way. It's tied 2-2. You can't ask for more than that. It's probably going to go 7 games. I hope Cleveland shits the bed. That's all I got to say.
Go ahead, Malin.
Well, I think my record on Canada is pretty clear. I don't think we really need to go into what I think about Canada. Listen, Cleveland needs to win this game tonight. And I'll tell you why they need to win this game tonight. Because we've been shitting all over James Harden, and I get it. I mean, I'm watching him out on the court right now, and he looks like that uncle at the barbecue that talks about how he could have gone pro if he didn't mess his knee up in high school. Like, that's what he looks like. But yeah, that shot was disgusting, Harden. Look, he's not playing that bad tonight. Got 22 points, 7 and 11 shooting. He's got 8 rebounds, 5 assists. He's not doing that bad. And you want to know why? Because this is game 5 Harden. I heard this stat today. This is an interesting stat. I don't know if you guys know about game 5 Harden. Game 5 Harden is in the last 10 years, LeBron James has the most 30-point games in game 5 with 8. You know who number 2 is in the playoffs? James Harden. Game 5 in the playoffs. He's got 7 of them. He's about to turn into a pumpkin. You're not going to get shit out of him in the next 2 games. So you better go up 3-2 before it's too late. Because this right here is the best you're going to get. All right, Uncle Harden out there is trying to live it up. So they better win this game. And, listen, like I said, this is America's 250th birthday. Canada does not need to be going in the second round of the playoffs. I don't need to hear Canada. I don't want to hear that national anthem. I don't want their syrup. I want none of that shit. Just get them out of here. Cleveland, come on, man. You got one job right now, Cleveland. Like, the only thing that you can do to contribute to America right now is to beat the Raptors. So fucking do it, and let's get on with our lives.
Righty.
Man, there's a lot of passion in this series for what was the most boring one of them all.
Yeah, I just see some good things from the Raptors. They're a young team. They're playing mostly good basketball. They still make mistakes, but that's kind of expected. What you don't expect is Harden passing the ball to the stands. You don't see, like, it's just ugly basketball. And yeah, then you have Donovan Mitchell just shooting a 3 from like almost like half court. That's great. That keeps them in the game. But I said it before, like, I just think this is the perfect matchup for the Raptors. Even if they lose this game, I think they've kept up very well in the whole series. I wouldn't be surprised if they go back to Toronto, win that game, force a game 7. So yeah, I'm seeing some good things from the Raptors, honestly. It's worth giving them some credit how they've quietly built this team up.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, anybody know a basketball place can get CTE? I don't know. I'm just kind of wondering how James Harden went into the locker room tonight with his team colors are, burgundy and gold. And he's like, it's a good fit, baby blue shoes. Let's put on baby blue sneakers. Go with this color scheme. He's got to have brain damage, right?
I don't know why the green sneakers is just like an eyesore. I don't know. It's just...
Yeah, the Raptors players too. Red and black, and let's go alien green. Let's do it.
This whole series is such a mess. The Cavs have been awful at closing out quarters. I don't know if you guys have noticed. I mean, they're trying to do it right now in real time.
Yeah, they were just up 13, weren't they?
Yeah.
James Harden missing free throws.
Toronto has been able to take advantage of that in many occasions. like Ryan said, though, this is two teams. They're trying to figure out how to sell this entire series. Both are trying to figure out, well, okay, you shoot an air ball. All right, I'll turn it over. Oh, okay, you're going to dribble it off your foot. I'm going to throw it in the stands.
Going,
Come on, what's
going
next?
band for band.
We'll go band for band on stupidity. James Harden, I don't know why Cleveland traded for him, seeing that prior to the trade deadline, they were a fast team that liked to get up and down the court quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Darius Garland gave you a lot of athleticism when he was healthy. Obviously, Donovan Mitchell gives you a lot of athleticism. Evan Mobley. That was their whole game. And then they bring in James Harden, and what does he do? Slows everything down, dribbles the air out of the ball, needs to play from the top of the key, needs the ball in his hands. And now all of a sudden their offense looks completely different, and this is what we're getting. And you also just cursed yourself because you know you're not going to make it out of the second round of the playoffs. So I really don't know why they did this. I never thought of the Donovan Mitchell, James Harden comparison because it's like, yeah, I guess they do play a pretty similar style of basketball. Just Donovan Mitchell's significantly younger. But outside of that, yeah, I don't know. Honestly, it's a coin flip on who comes out of this series. I'm still going to pick my prediction of Toronto upsetting them. But
Yeah.
if that is true, Cleveland should be ashamed of themselves because they have no business being in this position in the first place. And last thing I'll say is, my God, has Toronto hunted Max Strus on every possible possession. Because if they can get that matchup, him on anybody, they just cook him. And Cleveland's trying to hide him in any situation they can, but there's only so much hiding you can do in the playoffs. So, yeah, we'll see what happens here, but they need to put this on YouTube somewhere in an unlisted stream because, my God, this is embarrassing basketball.
This one should be on Amazon.
It should.
All the other ones they'd be putting on.
Well, Amazon to cuss y'all out. Amazon to cuss y'all out for trying that bullshit.
Let's get over to Orlando and Detroit, which is now 3-2. Detroit trying to make a comeback here. They're saying they're not out of it yet. Another embarrassing one. I don't know. These Midwest teams, it's like they're so happy to get to the playoffs and they're like, oh shit, we got to play now? Yeah. But newsflash. Ryan, what do you think about this series?
Yeah, like you said, it just seems like they get here, they're like, oh man, we just are happy to be here. And they're just here for the vibes, it just seems. But I honestly don't know what's going on with Detroit. One of somebody in my stream he's a big Pistons fan. He's always telling me about the despair he's in. I mean, they're just not able to score if it's not Cade Cunningham. Tobias Harris, I mean, you can't rely on, imperfect J. Cole to get you buckets. I think Jalen Duren is kind of shying away. It's his first big series too. Like, there's a lot of these young guys' first big series. I think Duncan Robinson might be the most playoff experienced player over there, if I'm not mistaken.
Which is crazy.
Insane. So, you're gonna bring him in to be your main shooter, and then you bring in somebody to kind of overlap Kevin Huerter. It just seems like they're just getting caught up in in themselves and just getting in front of their in their own way, I should say. And Orlando has been there. They've been in dogfights in the playoffs. I haven't been to the conference finals or anything like that, but they've been round 2, game 7. I think with Cleveland. If that was not the first, was it the first round, second round? Either way, they've been game 7s, kind of more seasoned. So they're just really taking advantage of the inexperience the Pistons have and their inability to close out games. So I hate to give the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse credit because, yeah, they're the Southeastern Division rival, and they kind of have impacted Atlanta's future right now. So I'm still a little hot about them folks down there in Orlando. But yeah, man, it's over with, bro. It's over with. I want to be positive for the Pistons fans, but it's raps, bro. is
Mhm.
wraps. Orlando got it. They came out, punched them in the mouth early in the series, and they just kind of, I think, took their wind out themselves.
Right.
G Money.
Ryan's right. Detroit does not have another proven scorer after Cunningham. That's it. And they need that.
Mhm.
And I don't know why they feel like they need to pack the goddamn paint and then have Cunningham take all the shots because they're not even getting all the rebounds they need to get. When this series started, I really felt that Detroit would win this. I wasn't really impressed with Orlando. Hadn't been impressed with them throughout the season. Looked at them and like, yeah, whatever. You're just not that good. But here they are. They're up 3-2. They just barely lost to the Pistons in Detroit. And you're going to go back to Orlando. And it's going to be a tough game. It's going to be a tough game. And I don't see the Pistons pulling it out. So do they need to blow up the team? Well, they need to find a second scorer because you may have the number 1 seed in the East in the regular season. But that doesn't mean a whole hell of a lot if you can't get out of the first round of the playoffs. That's just something. You're not going to be hanging up banners and the few fans of Detroit aren't going to be singing fucking songs and shit. Nah. It's... When I talk about Cleveland sucking, goddamn Detroit, that's where sports teams go to die. They like take their fans up to the top of the mountain and then kick them off and say, "Oh, we kind of fucked up. Sorry, you thought we were going to win a championship. We looked like we were going to win a championship. We were the best team in the regular season, but come playoffs, we just suck shit." You see it with the Pistons, you see it with the Lions, you see it with the Tigers. Quite frankly, they could put all those teams together and they still suck. They look great during the regular season. They are regular season fucking Adonises. But in the playoffs, they're fucking Pee Wee Herman.
Chat, Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. June.
No, I agree with everything that's been said with Detroit. And I think that I said this when we were talking about this a couple of weeks ago going into the playoffs. I said Detroit may get out the first round, but they're damn sure not getting out the second round because I just didn't believe in them. Now, hell, they're not getting out this round. They're getting closed out. And if you watch the NBA tip-off show with Kenny and Ernie and everybody else, they talked about this. They talked about this game a lot. They were talking about the same thing you guys said. They need a second scorer and not James Harden. Okay? Don't let me see James Harden on the fucking team next year. But they need a second scorer. They either need to get it in college or they need to grab a free agent. Maybe a Kevin Durant. Because it doesn't look like he's going to go back to Houston. That shit is over. He's not going back to Houston. That's a wrap. That's a fucking wrap. So, but they need a second scorer in Detroit really bad, or this team is going to win a bunch of games in the regular season and shit the bed come playoffs every single year. So,
I'm gonna go and call it right now, Jalen. In Atlanta and Detroit, either James Harden or Kevin Durant is going to be playing on one of those two rosters.
I'm telling you, yeah.
One of those two is going to be on one of those two rosters next year. They're going to be available. Okay, first of all, I love that hoodie, man. I love that hoodie.
I appreciate it.
I saw that earlier. I was like,
Change is on the way.
Boy, they match. Okay, so I really don't give a shit about this series at all, except for the fact that I want Orlando to win because I'm still holding out hope that Jalen and I get to go to a Boston Celtics playoff game this year. Orlando. If Orlando wins this series, which we think they will, I mean, Cade Cunningham went off for 45 points. I didn't think he had that in him going into this game. But if Orlando pulls this off, like what I just saw out of Cleveland and Toronto, I'm like, okay, Orlando, get yourself in the Eastern Conference Finals. I would love that because, again, I'm not a believer in to be the best, you got to beat the best. Just beat whoever's in front of you. And if Boston just so happens to be against Orlando, I'm fine with that. So yeah, I just want Orlando to win so that I still got hope alive of watching the playoff basketball game. Because I'm not going to go to an Orlando game if Boston's not there. Like you couldn't give me free tickets to the Pistons Orlando playoffs. I wouldn't make the drive. Like that's too much gas. Like we're spending too much money on gas for me to drive from Tampa to Orlando right now to watch those two shit ass teams. But if Boston's there, I'll do it. So that's all I gotta say.
If we don't get Boston there, I want Atlanta, Orlando. Let's get Magic City and let's just get right to it. But Nestor, go ahead.
Yeah, I refuse to add anything constructive to this. It's Magic and the Pistons. At some point, I decided I don't like the Magic at all. If you ever look at a team's fans, hell, even my teams, I'm like, damn, I agree with those people. Like, it's absurd. But I like just like you and Malin, like I do want to go to a playoff game. So it's like, well, if they have to beat the Pistons to do that, then whatever, I'll go to a game, you know. But I hope the best for Celebration Florida, really. I hope they beat the Pistons. And well, that's it.
Nestor, I don't know if it's like this with Miami fans, because I know you're a Heat fan and a Dolphin fan, but there's something about Florida fans that when they win a game and you're like when they win a game and they're walking out of the stadium, why do Florida fans always have to shout out where they're at? Like people might be confused because in Jacksonville, they just screaming out Duval like crazy. When I went to an Orlando Celtics game last year, they're screaming out Orlando's zip code. I forget what the numbers are, but they're just screaming out random ass numbers.
Yes.
And I'm like, we know where we're at. Like, I don't understand.
They always do this thing like, oh, I'm at the Kaseya Center. Like, bro, it's Orlando. Like,
yeah.
What are we talking about?
I don't understand Florida. And Tampa fans, I've been on record about Tampa fans. We don't need to get into that. But maybe Miami fans are a little bit better. But yeah, damn, it's like they have to remind themselves where they live when they scream shit like that.
I like Orlando.
I get it.
It's the humidity.
I like Kissimmee too.
Orlando was just supposed to be the theme parks. That's it. We lost the plot.
We did lose the plot. This series has been what a shame for Detroit. What an absolute shame. Cade Cunningham dropped over 40 points tonight, and they still barely won. And I mean, they were kind of blowing them out at one point, but I don't know. It seems like he's doing all that he can. Tobias Harris had a pretty good season. The fall off is not real for him. As far as Jalen Duren goes, what the hell, man? I mean, come on. He came out hot today. He had 7 points in the first quarter, and then he went back into hiding again. I don't know what's going on there. I don't know if the Wendell Carter Jr. stuff is kind of getting to his head, but maybe it is. I don't know, but I'm sure most of the Detroit fans are happy that he should not be getting a max contract this summer. Like that should be okay. We can write that out. Thank God we dodged that bullet. But I don't know. Detroit fans are also kind of weird. Someone in our comments was defending Jalen Duren at the expense of Cade Cunningham. I'm like, what else do you want Cade Cunningham to do at this point? Do you want to just put on Jalen Duren's jersey and shoes too, and he'll just wear it? Come on, I'll do it all. I don't know.
Also, like, how weird is it? The last 2 years, the number one seed in the East, everyone's like, "Yeah, you ain't going nowhere." Like with Cleveland last year, Detroit this year. Like if this was the West, you're the number 1 seed. You're like, all right, man, y'all gonna make some noise. The last 2 years in the East, we're like, AC got a chance. It's like I don't know what it is with who gets the 1 seed in the East, man.
These Midwest teams that it's just this regular season success that they fall in love with.
Yeah.
All right, are we heading out west to? Are we on the Western Series now? Yes. All right, Lakers Rockets. This one is in play right now. But Lakers are up 3-1 currently. This is another series that has turned into a comedy show. I'm convinced. We just weren't officially given the announcement, but Kevin Durant went out 24 hours, maybe less than that, before game 1, which changed things up drastically because we were all thanks Rockets for making us look like fools on
oh
here.
God, we
2
all
weeks ago.
picked the damn. Oh my God, we all picked the damn Rockets
with flying colors. And
Jesus,
man, did that go south. I will say, even in the game that he did play, and it didn't really change anything. So Houston has absolutely botched this one. And God, another team right there. Just get rid of everybody. Blow it all up. The experiment did not work. But enough of that. Brian, what did you think about this series so far?
This one is actually probably one of the most surprising to me. I really thought Houston was gonna. Bruh, a 40-year-old LeBron James was leading that Laker team. No Reeves, no Luca. I really thought Houston had the one up on them. I thought they had the advantage, but evidently, not having a point guard, an established point guard, is crucial in the playoffs. Especially, I guess LeBron. I didn't factor in his IQ being so smart. It like you said, Jalen. It really doesn't matter if KD plays or doesn't play. They scored less points when he did play, so doesn't really change things. In that game too, they had 94. He missed game 1, didn't he? And first game, then the mysterious, couple hours, and then I honestly, genuinely think the burner account I got to the Rockets before the playoffs. And that blew the team up, bro. You saw everybody was not messing with each other, bro. Nobody was behind anybody. The energy looked off, and you got to have some cohesiveness and some togetherness going into the playoffs, and the Rockets did not have that at all. So I mean, it's obviously wraps. Reeves is coming back, or he is back, I should say. Probably won't be as effective, but I think LA. I don't know, bro. The script might be real if LeBron and his son get past the second round. If Bron and them win, he's going out on the mountaintop, which I'll be happy for Bron. But it would be interesting to see Bron in a competitive playoff series late in his career with his son. It would be kind of crazy to see. So I'm rooting for the Lakers.
Well, I need his son to score a point tonight for my prize picks, so that would be nice. G-Money.
Yeah. I had said, when we were looking at the series, that the Lakers would win one game, and LeBron would probably channel LeBron, the 30-year-old LeBron from the playoffs, to do that. He hasn't. He's pretty much stayed to the same LeBron of the regular season. The people around him have raised their game. I mean, it's crazy when you think that Marcus Smart is averaging almost 18 points a game. I mean, it's like an afterthought when they signed him because they didn't have a whole lot of cap space. And Luke Kennard, stupid white boy, almost 18 points a game. I mean, he's not AR-15. He's not Luka. Maybe maybe it is Luka. Who knows? Maybe. But no, they're playing well. And Houston, when they signed KD, I think KD thought he would be a bit play. He would come off the bench. He would play. He wasn't going to be playing all the time. And during the regular season, the ball went through him. I mean, he was almost like the West Coast James Harden. You know, he controlled the ball. He passed it. He shot it. They relied on him to be the number one shooter. So when he didn't start game one, and he didn't play a whole lot, I think in game 2 or 3, the one game that he played in before he got that injury again. I just don't think that Houston knows who they are.
Mm-hmm.
And they were in the playoffs last year. So it's not like they haven't played before. They just don't know who they are. And you're playing against LeBron, who's won championships. Marcus Smart, who won a championship with Boston way back in the young days. Was it 2007, something like that? It's like
He wasn't there then.
That was
2013, 2014. I mean, it's like, he was young then, not young now. Hachimura, I mean,
the AR-15 just checked into the game, guys. Let's see what. Come on, AR.
Oh.
That's the funniest damn nickname I've ever heard in my life. Dude. Someone that plays in California has a nickname AR-15. But all their
yeah, I know.
Scared they are of guns. His name's AR-15. That's hilarious.
Load him up. He's ready.
Here we are.
June.
But no, it's.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah,
I was say it's done for Houston. It is. They're not going to win this game. They can go back to Houston and think about the team that they really want to have, because it's not this team.
June.
Yeah, something's going on with Houston that we all saw something that said, okay, the Lakers are cooked. Houston's going to win this series. And we all said it. We've been watching basketball all season. And we all thought that Houston was just going to take this series. And Kevin Durant had other plans. He doesn't like this team anymore. He's got an attitude with this team, and this man does not want to be on this team anymore.
Oh.
And I'm just like, boy, that's just messed up all season long. But LeBron is playing good. And I still remember y'all laughing at me. I still remember that. I haven't forgot about that when I said I wanted to put LeBron on the NASDAQ report.
No, you had him at number 3. That's why we laughed.
Yeah.
But you could have put him down.
We did.
God.
Out of the top 12, we put him down.
We did.
But anyway, like I said, he's playing out of his mind right now. Luka may be back in the next series, I guess, right? From what I'm hearing, but who knows? Glad Reeves is back. Maybe don't let LeBron Jr. in the damn game. Have Bronny sit his ass on the bench.
JJ Redick, you better put him in at least 10 minutes tonight. 1 point. That's all I need.
But this is good 1 point. But yeah, I think the Lakers could close this out tonight. I'm gonna sit here and watch the rest of the game until we get done tonight and see if they can go ahead and push this game through. So,
Did you see that crazy ass stat they just flashed across the screen, Jalen?
I did.
LeBron James has got his 500th playoff steal, and the next person to him is Scottie Pippen at 395.
Jeez.
damn.
Man's been playing for a long time, fellas.
Yeah.
Speaking of long time, it encompassed it on that Luke Kennard had that nasty crossover at half court. Passes it to AR, goes up for the lob, and LeBron turns 41 in midair.
Almost had it. And then he got that crazy ass steal. I was like, don't exert all your energy now.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, though, LeBron James at 41, like, his hair gave up before his skill. And because he's still out here doing shit. He did have a 28, 9, and 8 game, I think, in game 2. Like, he did carry them one of the games. But LeBron is doing what LeBron always does. He elevates the people around him. Somehow, some way, he makes people better around him. Every team he's ever been on was worse before he got there, great when he was there, and worse after he left. It's just a fact of who he is. I don't want to get into the whole, GOAT debate or anything like that. I'll tell you what, though, Haynes is loving this because stock sales must be through the roof because these bronzexuals are doing some circle jerking right now over him being up 3-1. And they don't want their moms to be mad at him, so they're hiding it in socks. But I do think the Lakers are going to win this series. They should. I mean, nobody has ever lost a playoff series up 3-0. Do you guys really think LeBron James is going to be the first one to do it?
No.
Like that's not the type of thing that's going to happen. So they'll win it. I expect them to win tonight, but even if they don't, I still think they'll be fine. But this has not been the most entertaining series, but this has been the funniest series because every time the Lakers win, we look more dumb. And a lot of the looks more dumb because they just thought they were done, man. I mean, how do you get up 3-0 on any team in the playoffs when you're missing two of your best three players? Like, that shouldn't happen. Even if the Rockets are missing Kevin Durant, you should not be up 3-0 in this series is wild. So, but here we are. This is what we're living with.
Nestor.
Yeah, I think the Lakers wrap it up tonight. Pause. I think the Lakers turned the ball over 24 times. That's ugly basketball. Again,
Yeah.
Aiden getting ejected does not help. Apart from all that, I just think, honestly, I hope the best for Bronny and James. Best father-son duo in sports since the Ken Griffey's, honestly. So whenever I see that, good for them. I hope they finish off the Rockets, and we'll see about the next round.
You know what's not a recipe for success for the Lakers winning this game? DeAndre Ayton shooting 7 shots and leading the team in shots right now.
God, no.
He's got 6 points because he's made 3 of them, but he's 3 for 7. Why is he leading the team in shots taken?
No, take the ball out of his damn hands.
That's not a good recipe. We're a little nervous, fellas.
Maybe I am him.
Oh God!
Yeah, second thought.
He's like, hey man, Aaron can score 83. I can score 33. He's like, I can do it.
Listen, this series is comedy, but for all the wrong reasons. Why is Reed Sheppard trying to sell every possession that he possibly can get? I don't know what has happened to Alperen Sengun. He forgot how to play basketball in game 1. He hasn't remembered since. Ime Udoka, just get him. Just come on. I'm so glad that he got caught up doing whatever he was doing in Boston because this is the offense we'd be stuck with right now had that not happened. So thank God he's no longer in the green and white. But
Damn right.
The Kevin Durant thing, I think, is the root of all of this. It's not even so much him on or off the court. It's just that what he was saying on those burner accounts was true. And
He can't do it though.
Yes, he shouldn't have said that, obviously. But what I'm saying is, now that they all have heard that, it's like, all right, they've had some time to sit with it. The playoffs have started. He's not available to play. I really think it is now rearing its ugly head, and their confidence is just gone. They don't even look like a collective team anymore. They just look like 5 guys out there who are just trying to throw the ball around. They're cooked. It's like, this thing is very much over. Sorry to the Laker fans, bronzexuals out there, Pookie fans, whatever, for saying that the Houston Rockets were a better team. That's the only apology you're going to get out of me on this conversation show. So, yep.
Jalen, I got 4 teams Durant's going to be on next year. I'm going to go to one of these 4. Going to either be Detroit. I'm sorry, Ryan. Might be Atlanta. Orlando. Because if they get to the Eastern Conference Finals, they're like, the missing piece,
Do something stupid.
Orlando, or because now tanking is going to be frowned upon, he's going to end up in the Utah Jazz. Like he is going to be.
God damn, that's not where I thought you was going.
That's the one.
But he won't get blamed when everything's on fire.
Guess 5. Sacramento
Go on
could
to
be
the next
one
team.
too. Because apparently you're not going to be able to tank anymore with what they're going to do with the whole draft thing. So either he's going to go to a contender, or he's going to be like, you know what? Fuck you in your burner account. Enjoy Utah or Sacramento. Like that's what it's going to be. And then when we get the Sonics back, he'll come back for 1 year and play for us, and then he'll retire.
Yo, he's either going back to OKC or Seattle. He's got to right these wrongs.
Yeah. He does. It is funny though how every single team he leaves them in absolute shambles, and
Yes,
it doesn't work.
The poor Brooklyn Nets have still not recovered. The Brooklyn Nets. People don't even remember that the Brooklyn Nets are a team after he left that team because he left in such disarray. It's such disarray.
Everything they got though. You took. You really thought Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant, with those sensitive ass people, are going to be able to deal with the New York media, and that team is going to succeed? Like, that was never going to happen. Like, Durant and Kyrie Irving in New York, that was never going to be a thing that worked. Ever.
The boys had 6 first-round draft picks, wasted them all, bro. They don't know what to do.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Oh, God,
they got so many first, and they missed on all of them.
How do you miss on 6,
bro? Get one.
You can't get one person.
Now Brooklyn's like, you know what? Like, we're probably gonna be one of the 3 worst teams next year, and it's not because we're not trying. Like, we're trying to be good. We're just that bad, and they're gonna get penalized for it.
Bro, they already on the clock for 2028. They already on the clock in the lottery. They already in the lottery for 2028, bro.
They're over there calling.
What, man?
You know, like, we're trying. We're trying. Like, we're. You know,
you can't even call it taken at this point.
And Pierce, when they were, 50 years old, we tried with them. Then we got the people that like probably sleep with pacifiers, in Durant and Irving, like, because they're just weak skinned, and they're like, we're trying to win. Then they get all these first round picks and nothing.
They had Harden too. I mean, it wasn't. I mean, they had the big 3, and yeah. I mean, Harden ate his way out because he didn't want to stay there anymore. I mean, it was just crazy. You look at the team, and you're like, "Well."
I just love you guys. When James Harden got to Brooklyn, it looked like he bought like a Titanic life vest off of eBay and like put it under his jersey. It was hilarious. Like, he automatically got fat when he went to Brooklyn. Like, I don't know how it happened. But he just got off the plane. It was heavier.
It was case when
boy, I ate too many chopped Jesus.
Yeah. He said, "Well, I don't have to have a car to go get him. I can just walk outside my condo." You know, it was case when they hired Steve Nash to coach the team, and then Kyrie Irving immediately said, "We don't even need a coach." I said,
"Yeah,
what?"
That's the most Kyrie ass thing to say.
What do you mean? Like, what do you mean, bro? What do you mean?
He was trying to tell us something, and we just were not listening.
Yeah.
That's the kindest way to tell us that this man doesn't know what the fuck he doing.
Like, Kyrie is like the Kanye West of basketball. Like, he just self-destructed his career. Like, he just won a championship with LeBron. He's like, you know what's better than winning a championship? Not winning one for the rest of my career. And
all right. Now that we're done dunking on the Brooklyn Nets for the past 10 minutes.
They deserve it.
Everyone can go back to forgetting that they exist. Last series here, the Wolves and Nuggets 3-2 is where this one stands. Another
Mm, mm, mm,
wacky one. So Minnesota without two of their starters at this point, and the Nuggets are they are trying to race back into this as fast as possible. So they obviously still need to get two more dubs here. It's just a matter of can Minnesota hold on for just one more win. But Ryan, what do you think of this one?
This was probably outside of Atlanta, one of the most intriguing matchups to me. Just right out the gate, the Timberwolves, honestly, they were ready for all the smoke that Denver was preparing for them. Obviously, I think Denver came in as the favorite. Jokic, the 3-time MVP, almost averaging a triple double again. It's just like Anthony Edwards is just kind of lives for these moments, these big matchups. It's just really unfortunate DiVincenzo went down, and then Ant himself got hurt. So I I don't think Minnesota really has too much to offer if they do get past Denver, which is unfortunate. I was definitely surprised too by the emergence of Jaden McDaniels. He kind of filled in for who Minnesota had lost. Minnesota lost Nikhil from last year, so they were kind of wondering. I know Minnesota fans were kind of wondering what that was going to look like. Uh, but yeah, it's just unfortunate that injuries have kind of taken this series kind of by hold. Because I think either if Timberwolves win, uh, I think that next series is going to be wraps for them. I just don't think they have enough. Because DiVincenzo did bring a lot more than people would expect. So I honestly want to see Denver get out of this round and see what they can offer in the next round. But I got to cheer on Ant since he's an Atlanta guy through and through. So it's really a toss up between whoever gets this one. But
G Money.
Yeah, I was a little surprised. I know that Denver had beaten. Minnesota had beaten Denver in the play-in game 2 years ago, and I still felt that Denver should be the better team, and should win this series, and it shouldn't be difficult. But Ant-Man stepped his game up and was like, "Nah, we beat you before. I've beat you before. We can do this." And unfortunately, he went down, and DiVincenzo went down, and I don't see them winning the series now, unless of course I'm sorry, Denver, because they're playing like Detroit. You could almost interchange them as to what they're doing, why aren't they doing better. The fact that Denver just seemed to be sleepwalking the first few games, like they believed what they heard, that they were the better team and they were going to win. So they heard it, they believed it, they just didn't play it on the court. It just didn't show there. So they're lucky. They're very lucky because they may well beat Minnesota. They should beat them. Probably going to be 7 games now, even with Ant-Man and DiVincenzo out. But they're going to get beat by San Antonio. They are going to get abused by San Antonio. Yes, the stick man is going to abuse them. And if by chance, by just some crazy happenstance that Minnesota beats Denver, they'll lose to San Antonio too. I mean, I don't see either of those teams going past San Antonio, unless of course Wemby gets another concussion and he's out. Though he didn't believe in the concussion protocol either. He was channeling. Yeah, it is. It's like this word makes no sense to me. What?
I'm
Never heard it. Never heard it.
Because he did, because the French are quitters. Like they just give up and everything. So I thought he was going to be out the rest of the series, but God bless him.
Bridget in the chat says, "Let's go Nets," trying their best.
Poor Nets.
Go ahead, Jimmy.
Yeah, blind man
So-
can try to look at the Mona Lisa too, but it's not gonna happen.
Yeah, if you took a poll right now, who is the most disappointing team in the NBA playoffs right now? It would overwhelmingly be Denver. There's no doubt about that. This team, I mean, a lot of people had them, winning the West at this point. The way they played, the way Jokic was playing. And now you look at them, you thinking to yourself, what the hell were we thinking? It's kind of like us picking Houston over the Lakers. What the hell were we thinking? This I don't understand what's going on with them. It's really disappointing to see them play like this, and they may come back and win this series just because of the injuries, but ain't no way in hell they're getting out in the next round. They're done. They're cooked because number one, they're going to be tired. This team is going to be 100% because they got to make a full comeback. As of right now, they got to make a full comeback if they want to win the series. And I don't think they're going to have the legs to do it. To get out this series, I don't know if they're going to have the legs to do it. So I'm really disappointed in the way the Nuggets have played this round, and I think a lot of people expected more out of this team than what we're really seeing. So I don't know if it's coaching or players or Minnesota is just a better team at this point. But Denver has been really disappointing in this first round of playoffs, and they better get their shit together because this could be a team that we could see they get put out in the first round. I mean, dare I say, this could be a team that get blown up next year because it'll be the second year in a row they've just been disappointing in the playoffs. So,
Malin.
First off, somebody needs to mail LeBron James a razor and just tell him to shave his head. I don't know what he's holding on to, but it ain't much. It looks like the surface of the fucking moon right now. Just spotty as shit. All right. So Minnesota and Denver. First of all, I think I feel like as a show the last few years, like we sleep on Minnesota every year, I feel. Because haven't they made the Western Conference Finals throughout the last 3 years?
Mm-hmm.
I think they have.
I think so.
We're looking at the golden era of Minnesota basketball, and a lot of people are going to say that's going to be KG. But he only won 2 playoff series in 12 years in Minnesota, and that was in the same year. So, like, seeing Minnesota doing what they're doing, it's impressive. And I think we all thought that, like, Denver was going to win this series. I want San Antonio, Denver. I want that series. I want the best player playing possibly the best up and coming player, and I'm not talking about SGA because fuck him. I'm talking about Wemby and the Joker. How do you like? I'm so sick and tired of the voters moving the goalposts on what an MVP is in the NBA. Like in the NFL, if you get the best player, you get the MVP. It doesn't matter how many times you got it. In the NBA, they're like, well, we've given it to people too many times, so can't give it to them. I know the Joker's won like 3 MVPs, but then he goes back to back triple double years, and they're like, no, SGA, let's give it to Canadian in Oklahoma City. So now all of a sudden being the number 1 seed means something. But when Westbrook won it in OKC, they were like the 6th seed when he got a triple double. So I'm just saying inconsistency. But back to my thing here. I think Denver's going to win the series just because Minnesota has too many injuries. I do think that Denver is going to win these next 2 games. Now, unlike some people, I do not count Denver out against the series against San Antonio. I don't, because I saw those teams play in the regular season, and I know that Wemby just won Defensive Player of the Year. But there's something that COVID ass motherfucker Gobert does against the Joker that fucks him up a little bit. Like, he has not been himself. He plays against the Spurs, go off for 40 points. I think that is a great. I still think it will be a great series, even if Denver goes to 7 games. They have the pedigree and the experience in the playoffs with the players on that roster. The Spurs just won their first playoff series, and how goddamn long has it been? So like nobody, like they're tasting success for the first time in a long time. But I want to see Wemby and Joker. I want to see that series. So I really hope they don't pull it out, because if I got to see Minnesota and the Spurs, then I'm going to be really disappointed. But you know what? At the end of the day, Jalen, I can't win in the West. I can't. Because there's two people I don't like. I don't like the French and I don't like Canadians. And Denver has Murray, right? And then the Spurs got Wemby. And fucking, we know OKC got a goddamn Canadian too. Like, I can't win. Like, there's going to be somebody that I'm not going to like going into the finals in the West. But as long as it's not OKC, I'll be happy. Fuck that city. Fuck that team. Fuck those people. Stole my Sonics.
Nestor.
Yeah, I agree with you, and I expected a lot more from Denver. A lot more. And, before I would have told you that I think the Spurs need another year. But now it's looking like they're going to arrive more fresh to that series against Denver, because I do think Denver's going to eventually beat Minnesota. But I would also, just like what Malin said, I wouldn't count Denver out. They do have the experience. I think it's going to be a really gritty series, and honestly, hopefully both teams show up.
Hey, real quick before you go, Jalen, who's the player on the Rockets? I don't know how to pronounce. I always mispronounce names. Shingun. What's his name? Shungun.
Sengun.
Okay. So he's fucking okay. Dragoon Cracker. That's cool. His barber needs to learn how to do a fucking fade. What is that line on the side of his head? I'm just getting angry at people's hair in this game. It's making me upset. What the fuck is that haircut? Why? I'm sorry.
It's Houston.
It's Houston.
Yeah, that one, it's unfortunate for the T-Wolves, because they have them dead to rights. It's just like, damn. The Nuggets should advance. They really should. If they fumble this one, they are going to deserve all the hate that comes their way. But yeah, I do also want to see Denver, San Antonio. I just didn't want to see it at the expense of Minnesota losing two of their starters. Yeah, I don't really have much more to add to this one. It was a very good series. Shout out to Ayo Dosunmu for that 40-point phenomenon he put on the other night, and just helped carry the team. But he can only do that, but so many times. So we'll see what happens here in the end. But Denver just can't fuck up from here on out. And I swear, this is so random, but Jared Vanderbilt, he'd be doing the dumbest things and then throwing his hands up like, why am I getting benched? Like, what? Come on. Like, every time. Anyway.
Hey, anyone else notice that LeBron James wearing traffic cones on his feet? Anybody else?
Right.
I mean,
we need to go to a break.
Shoes and haircuts, man. That's your trigger. That's your trigger point.
That is shoes and hair, man. It's pissing me off.
How about
All right, let's go to a break, fellas. It's 11
break.
o'clock. We still get into the draft and ride or die.
I know this is take forever.
The longest show in a while.
Yeah, we'll be back in 10 minutes, so sit tight.
oh,
When you think about the most entertaining NBA players of the 2020s, it's impossible to leave Ja Morant off of that list. The high-flying Memphis Grizzly point guard that lit the world on fire over the span of just a few years.
Ja Morant bringing these fans to their feet.
Ja Morant was a nightly highlight reel, quickly claiming his place as an NBA All-Star, making Memphis one of the best teams in the Western Conference, and earning a Supermax contract. but Ja was also entertaining for the wrong reasons.
Memphis Grizzlies star Ja Morant has been suspended, appearing to flash a gun on social media.
Grizzlies have suspended Ja Morant from team activities.
He seemingly could not stay out of trouble.
That is pointing a deadly weapon at other NBA guys.
This decision by the commissioner, brought on by Ja Morant, is going to cost him approximately $60 million.
So how did Ja Morant go from one of the best players in the world
Gonna have to heave it.
to a complete liability?
Grizzlies have suspended Ja Morant from team activities.
This is so reckless.
Holy cow, what a play by Morant. A 360 spin and a finish.
On a impress scale of 1 to 10, I am going to 20.
The NBA is not a brand that wants to have anything to do with guns. Ja Morant, that is ridiculous. Screams Ja, hammers it down. Sensational by Ja Morant.
I need people like me so you can point your fingers and say, that's the bad guy.
It's a parade inside my city.
What he wants to be is unfortunately something that could cost him his life or his career.
So say good night to the bad guy. The last time you're gonna see a bad guy like this again.
We're going to a Nets game because we're crazy heads and we saw that tickets were $10. We're gonna go see, who are we seeing?
The Jazz and the Nets.
Two best teams in the NBA.
Yeah, they're the best at something.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going
Entertainment.
to the Barclays Center. We're taking the train, subway, as you can see.
Yeah, there's like literally no one here.
Tip off is in like 5 minutes, so.
It already happened.
Oh, never mind. Game just started.
I've not been over here except driving. Shout out Rodney.
Yeah,
Mr. Brown.
Shout out my dad. Last time I saw the Nets play was with him in Orlando,
Yeah.
probably like a decade ago.
Do you have your favorite like grocery store?
Publix. I do literally like Trader Joe's though.
Yeah.
You have any bracelets on? Is it allowed to take those off?
It's like, are you kidding me? Me?
Just the same. Perfect. Okay, Bridget, what do you think of your spicy margarita?
It's not spicy. What's that place with jungle something that we went in St. Pete? It's no concrete jungle, spicy marg, tequila, and mango puree, and then there's just tahini on the rim. So it's not the best, but it's a margarita, and there's enough of it to get me drunk for the next hour.
The NFL draft is done. Now, what grade would you give your team for how they did in the draft? I'll go first. As a Patriots fan, I think the Pats get a solid C. We didn't do anything crazy, good or bad. It was just very kind of middle of the road. There were definitely some guys that I'm not gonna lie, I had never heard of before, and seemingly most other people have never heard of before. We drafted like a team that already has its offensive weapons figured out, which is strange coming from a team that still desperately needs a wide receiver one, which would also lead me to believe this AJ Brown trade better be happening, and all signs are pointing to yes, it is happening. Also, the way that the Eagles have been kind of moving throughout this offseason, they're reporting, however the reporting may be happening, it is all pointing towards an AJ Brown trade to the Patriots this summer. Anyway, what grade would you give your team? Leave it down in the comments below. We'll be talking about this tonight on our podcast, live on YouTube, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll see you there. I'm sorry. What are we doing here? Failed group effort. That's what that was. What is this? My goodness. In conclusion, Jalen Duren, 31 minutes, 12 points, 8 boards, 3 dimes, 4 turnovers, a minus 11. What are we doing? Isaiah Stewart had to keep coming back into the game because Duren was abysmal. He has been so bad this entire series. On the other side of things, Carter Jr., 35 minutes, same 12 points, 11 boards, 4 dimes, 2 turnovers, but a plus 17. I mean, this says it all. Good night. Who is not boxing out Peyton Pritchard? Same spot. Same spot. Cashed it. Oof. Look at Pritchard. Look at Pritchard. Oh. Oh my God. Wide open. Come on, man. Celton 5. Man, Yoke just could not get it going. DiVincenzo had a nice game, man. He came up big. Wow. Go Bear. Go. DiVincenzo. They needed a bucket here. That didn't necessarily need to be a 3, but they obviously needed a bucket. Wow. Minnesota ties it up. Yoke had 24 points on 8 for 20 shooting. Only 1 for 7 3-pointers. Rudy Gobert, those were his only 2 points. That last 2 points that he scored near the end there. But he was giving Jokic a problem. If Minnesota can keep their energy level, they're going to make this a very good series. I don't know if they can win. It's just a matter of can they keep their legs there? Because if not, Denver's just going to run them off the floor. But if they've got the energy to keep up, they're going to make this into a very entertaining series. Welcome back, folks. Welcome back to the second half of your favorite show on the internet. After further review, episode 285. Gentlemen, we are going to take a cheers to the second half of the show that we are going to get through quickly, efficiently, And honestly, G Money is drinking water tonight. That should tell you everything you need to know.
Thursday night was rough, buddy.
It was super rough. It was, it was Vegas rough.
Gary, I ain't never seen you that drunk in Vegas.
Yeah, that's because I was always moving.
There it is. That's what gets.
That was a problem.
Because we were all just sitting here for however many hours.
3 hours taking 12 shots.
There was no, weren't burning through anything.
Although Jalen and I seem to come out a little bit better than the rest of you guys.
I don't know.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, though, Jalen. I don't know if that means that we need to go to a meeting.
Probably.
But we seem to go a little bit better. Some other people were making changes to their 401k. Promises on sleep where they were sitting down. We just went to bed.
June had 28 boxes of pizza show up at his door randomly.
Hey man, that Little Caesars was good. That Little Caesars was hitting. It was hitting, bro. Okay,
from pick 1 to 10, June was like,
"That's it, ready for real."
I need to get Little Caesars, man.
June said he was gonna get pizza, and then I never saw him again. And honestly, I get that.
In the chat, Bridget says we need a fashion roasting corner with Malin. We do not need that. That would be a 2-hour long segment on its own.
I'm getting into my get off my lawn era. I'm sliding into that spot. At almost 45 years old is getting close. We're getting close to that.
Before we get into our draft grades, want to mention, be sure to follow us on social media. We're at AFR Sports on Instagram and TikTok. Also, be sure to follow Ryan on all the platforms at Open Gym TV, which is here on YouTube. I'll link, his links will be in the description below to make things a little bit easier. But if you're on Instagram, TikTok, be sure to give him a follow. Be sure to watch his live streams. He does basically watch alongs, color commentary style during the Hawks game. So tomorrow night, be there. Be prompt. And of course, if you're a Dallas Cowboys fan and you want someone to commiserate with, follow June on TikTok. It's linked down in the description below.
If you're a Dallas Cowboys fan, we're calling ICE right now.
Speed dial. All right. Let's draft, or let's grade some draft picks. Now, folks, if you happen to have seen us on this channel a week from tomorrow, no, you didn't. That was a mirage. So these are completely new thoughts that are being made sober-minded, and that's why we're going to give you a good grade. Now, we all self-graded here, so it may be a little strange in areas, but we're going to start off with, I really want to see June. He was very excited to share what he had to say with his Cowboys. So, June, how do you think your Cowboys did?
So I gave him a B+. I gave him a B+, and I'm going to give you the 2 reasons why they got a B+. Number 1, stop fucking drafting Michigan players.
Okay.
Mozzie Smith and Taco Charlton should be a reason why we never see another fucking Michigan player on the Cowboys again. I mean, seriously, Jay, what are you thinking? Somebody said in one of my posts, said Jerry must owe some Michigan bookies some money or something because he keeps drafting these guys. Stop doing it. Stop drafting Michigan players. And also, and so that, but I'm dead serious. But Michigan players, the ones we draft have not panned out. They have not. So I think for me, it was a wasted pick. Okay. Now, the other reason I gave them a B+ is because I seriously thought that we could have got, because of the running backs fell so far in this draft, we could have seriously got a running back in this draft, a second running back. You had two running backs at Penn State in Nick Singleton and there was Natron Allen. With those two guys, who they both fell far, I thought the Cowboys could have really shored up the backfield instead of just having a bunch of guys. Now you could have had Javonte Williams, not with three other guys, now with a solid backup. Nick Singleton was one of the best running backs in all of college football. And so I thought the Cowboys missed the opportunity to really get a running back at that point in time to really shore up the backfield. The backfield is okay, but it could have always been better. So that's why I gave the Cowboys a B+. But one of the things one more thing I got to say about that is that I gave them another. I should have, I looked at an A- because of the D Winter pool when we traded with San Francisco to get D Winters. D Winters is a very good linebacker. He was their leading tackler last year, and he's a live body at linebacker, and that's what we missed last year on defense was that live body. And D Winters is a live body linebacker. He gets after everyone. He can cover. He can blitz. He can play zone. He's a guy that's going to make a difference on his defense next year.
I will say this, June. I thought you guys were going to end up drafting Jonah Coleman out of Washington. I was waiting to see where he went. I thought that Dallas passed on him twice. I think he's going to be a decent running back in the league. And B is not bad for Dallas. I think y'all did just good enough to continue losing in the divisional round.
It's not your turn.
I love you.
And I wasn't looking for a critique.
Love you too.
If you can call June many things, but dishonest is not one of them. Let's go, Ryan. What did you think about your Falcons and how they drafted?
So, with all things considered, with Atlanta Hawks in the playoffs, with the Atlanta Braves taking off where they started, it was only right for the Falcons to kind of shit the bed. So surprisingly to everybody's surprise, I think around Atlanta and the league, they actually had a pretty decent draft after shipping the first round pick off last year with the trade to get Buddy. But I'm gonna give them a B with all things considered. I think they went out and addressed some areas where they're gonna have to fill some holes. Also, I really do mess with them getting AJ Terrell's little brother. It's another thing.
That's cool.
Atlanta Hawks did that. Yeah, exactly. They did. Atlanta Hawks did it with Jalen Johnson, so it's only right that the Falcons did it with AJ Terrell. So them being on the same team is going to be, at least vibes-wise, pretty cool on the defensive end. Atlanta has some questions. They have a lot of questions. So the draft really isn't my main concern. I'm actually pretty happy with it, pretty pleased. So it's tough for me to kind of critique them when honestly the house is kind of starting to catch fire. You have a core that it's a make or break. And with Kyle Pitts, Drake London, Bijan Robinson, you just had Caleb McRae retire on the offensive line. So it's gonna be interesting. I can't really be mad at the draft. I'm really hopeful. But I don't know, the draft really isn't my main concern. But but a B for the Falcons for me.
We just need the Falcons to finally beat the Buccaneers and take that division, man. That's what we all been waiting for. And
you're not
if
the only one.
Kyle Pitts goes off this year, Nestor's going to be pissed because Nestor drafted.
Kyle Pitts is going to go off this year. I'm not going to draft him,
You're not going to draft
I will
him.
not be drafting Kyle Pitts.
I think I drafted Pitts last year.
Yeah, you did.
He didn't do too bad for a few games for me.
Yeah, for a
'Cause
few,
I
I
didn't
agree with
draft.
you. I drafted him as well.
Yeah, I want to say one thing, Ryan. Did you see the news today that Algiers was upset? Did you see that? That he put out a statement?
Well, I know he was kind of salty because he's been liking some things. I've like kind of lurked the Reddit forums. So
Mhm.
he's been kind of liking some stuff that's kind of directed that he's kind of been upset. But I didn't see it, but I'm not
Yeah,
surprised.
yeah, he was upset. He thought he was going to be the main guy, running back. Arizona never told him that they were even thinking about drafting a running back in the first round. So now it's him, Connors, and then you got the kid from Notre Dame.
Oh, it's Love and then those guys.
Yeah. So it's
My man, yeah.
so he's upset.
I
Connor
could
can
definitely
beat
see
Love,
that.
but he can't Connor can
Mhm.
beat Cancer, but he can't beat Love.
Yeah, I was hoping he would stay with the Falcons though.
Yeah, it would have made more sense
yeah.
for him to stay. It would have made more sense for him to stay.
All right. G Money.
I give the Seahawks a B. I know they don't. I know. It's like so they don't necessarily draft for need. They like to draft the best player available. When you look at the draft, it looks like they drafted for need. So they didn't get a D end or an edge rusher. My concern with Jadarian Price, and Malin can back me up on this, is that when the Seahawks draft a running back, whether it's in the first round, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth round, they get injured and they miss time. The last running back we took in the first round was Rashard Penny, who had never been injured in college, and he was never healthy with the Seahawks. When he was, he did fantastic. Unfortunately, playing 6 or 7 games a season isn't good. I will say I'm truly impressed with Bud Clark. That man will be a monster, and he's not going to start. But what they will do is like with what they did with Imamari last year is he will be playing a lot. Julian Neal, we'll see. I don't think he's going to start either. I think he's going to be more of like when we go to a 6 or 7 DB scheme, he'll be in there. I believe the running back we took out of Iowa.
The guard we took out.
No, the guard out of Iowa. Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with taking an offensive lineman out of Iowa. All I do is eat fucking
you can't, and I think he's going to challenge Bradford because when Bradford's good, he's very good. Problem is, there's like 5-6 plays a game where he forgets what the play is, what the call is, stands around like, the fuck am I supposed to be doing? Dude, you're supposed to be paying attention when they call the play in the huddle and block that son of a bitch in front of you. That's what you're supposed to be doing. So I could see him getting replaced. The others, they're going to be on special teams if they make the team. But yeah, I mean, first 4 picks, solid B.
All right. Malin.
I'm going to channel my inner June here. I'm going to go B+. Go B+. And here's why I want to go B+. Now, first of all, when you are the Super Bowl champion, it's not like there's a whole lot of needs that you need to fill when you win the Super Bowl. Okay. Saying. But you know what? They lost. They lost a safety. They drafted a safety. They lost a cornerback. They drafted a quarterback. They lost a running back. They drafted a running back. And then, as G Money talked about with Bradford, I mean, that man has amnesia about 10 times a game. And I don't know what the fuck he's doing. So drafting that guy out of Iowa is good. But here's what I really like is that they turned 4 picks into 8 picks, and they didn't lose their first or second round pick. Those are people that are going to be able to contribute. day one. And they have 12 picks next year, and they only lost one of them during their trade. So they're still going in the next year with 11 picks, which is, like everybody, like if you heard, like everyone's shitting on this draft, right? Everyone's talking about this is like the worst draft in 20 years, yada, yada, yada. But next year's draft is supposed to be really strong, and they got 11 picks. And so Price, I was on the record for saying that I didn't want them to draft him because I know we got that kid. I think what was it, Watson out of Green Bay, that did well when Josh Jacobs was out. And I know that Charbonnet is going to come back. I didn't want them to reach for a running back, but I didn't think that necessarily Price was going to fall that far. The one thing I will say about him is that like he didn't get a lot of wear and tear on him in college football because Love was there and he wasn't getting as many carries because Love was the main back in Notre Dame. So hopefully, G Money, that can help us with this injury bug that we have in running backs. I mean, I remember the last running back we got at Notre Dame. What was it? CJ Prosise?
CJ Prosise.
He had one game against New England in 2016, and then he vanished with hamstring injury after hamstring injury. So I'm hoping that like if you draft a kid in the first round, you want him to be able to play, want him to stay healthy. And you know what? Like if you're drafting a running back in the first round, you want it to be after pick 20 because you're not spending as much money. And you still have that 5th year option on them. So I'm not too mad about it. So I'm going to go B+ because there's not that many holes the Seahawks need to fill. And they drafted some good players, and they were able to get 8 picks out of 4 picks with only giving up 1 pick next year. So they still got 11 picks next year. So that's why I'm going B+.
All right, Nestor.
I think B-. I'm okay with getting Proctor. I think we need to focus on the O-line. Honestly, the Dolphins have so many needs that it's kind of like, where do you start? I'm glad that they went for the O-line, and then we got a linebacker. I like those picks. I wasn't too sure why we went with the wide receivers that we went with. I mean, it's the best option that we had at that point. But I know Chris Bell is coming off a knee injury. I just don't think Malik Willis is going to have much to work with. But I think it's important to start this rebuild focusing on we're actually going to have an O-line now. And we're going to take this a bit more seriously. Otherwise, I don't know. But I'm glad the GM is going in the direction that it seems to be. Jeff Hafley, honestly, he doesn't have much of a resume, but I feel like he's gonna go in the right direction. So I'm good with the picks, but honestly, we need a lot more.
Well, I guess I'll be the only person to not give their team a B here. I gave my Patriots a solid C. Not a C-, not a C+. Just because they didn't really do anything that was crazy either way, positive or negative. It's just kind of like, all right, just sort of middle of the road picks. We took Lomu with the first pick out of Utah. Depending on how Will Campbell continues to develop, I think it'll be good to have him there as well, so that if we do need to kind of mix up that offensive line a bit, it gives us some versatility there because we all saw what happened to Will Campbell on the biggest stage. So happy with that. Loved that pick. Also really like getting Akis with our second pick. Good edge rusher, needed a good edge rusher. And I think working with Mike Vrabel specifically, I think that's a match made in heaven. Really outside of that, though, those 2 picks, I was kind of like, there's a few guys in there I've literally never heard of ever in my life. And other Patriot fans also were like, who are these people? which, you know, it can kind of tend to happen, I get, with this many people in the draft. But Quintavious Hutchins, I'm like, what? We took the tight end out of Notre Dame, which I was like, okay, I mean, he's a big dude. He's like 6'7", but at the same time, he doesn't have any touchdown catches. And I'm like, not one. Big goose egg there. And I'm like, I get Notre Dame had a lot of weapons there. I'm sure, you know, so the targets weren't what they could be, but not one. You catch one touch. So I don't know. I don't really care for that.
Well,
so.
don't forget that don't. It's not all his fault. He had a freshman quarterback last year. Okay. Notre Dame had a freshman. Yes, he did. What are you talking about? He had a true freshman quarterback last year.
Notre Dame had a true freshman quarterback last year?
Yes. Notre Dame had a true freshman quarterback last year, and they didn't do nothing but
Kentucky.
Why do you think they have 2 running backs go in the first round? They went to they turned around and had the ball off. So you can't blame. See, what I'm saying, Jalen, is you can't blame that kid. You can't blame that kid. It's not his fault.
Well, and I will say this, Jalen. You can give your team a C for the draft, but if they end up like you think they will, getting AJ Brown after June 1st, I think you can give your offseason a B.
Yes.
Because a number 1 wide receiver is your biggest need. And I don't think that was there by the time they drafted. I don't think there was a guy there that could be that number 1. So if they end up getting AJ Brown, which, you know, we've destroyed a couple marriages with, you know, the news reporting on this. But if they end up getting him, then I think you can give yourself a B.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty much a done deal. I mean, with the receivers going in and the receiver going to Philly and the draft pick of Malik Lemon, or however you say his name,
and her going there and him going there, and
yeah.
If all it cost you was a couple marriages and Mike Vrabel having to buy something for his wife in Utah after a counseling session, that's a good trade. That's a good deal.
Lord have mercy.
Out of it.
I don't. Jesus.
So yeah, I am a C.
All for the nucky. All for the nucky.
But as long as we get AJ Brown, I will be happy. It is really funny how this whole thing is turned into this like little like cute game of he said, she says. Like, oh, I wonder. Oh, does he really like me? I think we might actually get it. Come on, Jesus Christ!
It's like a 6-year affair.
Right.
That's a crazy.
That's when AJ Brown was in Tennessee was when this shit started.
AJ Brown, stupid. Hey, they getting the band back together. And they just getting the band back together, baby.
AJ Brown's like, keep the name out your fucking mouth with this shit. I'm over here reading a book on the sideline.
Oh gosh.
All right, let's get to the Ride or Die 5. This is where we give you the best 5 picks to make in the world of sports betting this weekend, or just throughout the next few days at this point. So how this works is we will run through. We've got just a bunch of playoff games to get to. By the way, the 5th game, I just added it in. It's just going to be the game 6 between Detroit and Orlando. So now that we know that that's there.
Okay.
But last week, and when I say last week, I mean 2 weeks ago, because we didn't do this last week. 2 weeks ago, Malin and G Money went 4-1.
Right.
And then the rest of us went 3-2. So all around, very good week. I hit my lock. Malin hit his lock. Nestor hit his lock. For this season, 25-26, Nestor is out front. Malin's in second. G Money's in third. I am in fourth. June is in fifth. And
Nestor, that's still impressive.
He's still holding it down. Last week's guest, Frank, he went 3-2. So that is your mark to beat. Brian, if you can beat 3-2, you can top Frank. So We are gonna start off with what do we got here? So tomorrow we've got Game 6, New York and Atlanta. That one is currently at 3-2 with the Knicks out front. So we're gonna start off with, let's go G Money first here.
Oh, I was reading something else. What game are we doing?
Knicks Hawks.
Knicks Hawks.
Knicks Hawks. I'm taking the Knicks. I think next year the Hawks will be better, but the Knicks will do what they need to do and win this game.
All right, I will go next. I'm taking Atlanta here. I think this is going 7. I don't know if the Hawks can win the whole thing, but a few days ago I definitely said Hawks in 6 after they won that last game, and obviously that's not happening anymore. So the next best thing is to force Game 7. So give me the Hawks to win at home here. So June.
No, I'm going to take the Knicks. I just think that Atlanta's run has been great, but I think the experience of the Knicks is just going to take over at this point. So give me the Knicks to close it out.
Malin.
I'm going Knicks on this. I'm sorry, Ryan.
It's
feel
all
bad, but I just gotta. Me and Jalen are tied right now on the overall.
Hey, you got.
So I need to
feel
go.
you.
I need to try to get
That's
one up here.
logical. I feel you, bro. I feel you.
But I just don't know that Atlanta has the shooters. And if Brunson can do just 3/4 of what he did in this last game, I think that's going to be enough for the Knicks to win. But I don't want them to. But logically, I think they will. I like it, but take them Knicks.
I'm getting pissed.
Go ahead, Ryan.
I think Atlanta is gonna get this one, all bias aside. Game 6 at the crib. Like I said, do or die. I think Atlanta can get this one, but inevitably, will they get Game 7? I think I'm obligated to say yes, but we'll see what happens if they can get there. But yeah, I think I'm taking Atlanta on this one.
There's nothing wrong with taking your own team. We do it all the time.
I appreciate the that.
Nestor.
Yeah, give me the Knicks to win in Atlanta on this one.
Golly. All right. Tomorrow, you and I, Rye, we got this.
Facts, bro. Hawks in 7.
The Hawks in 7. Thursday night at 8:00, we've got the Celtics and the Sixers. Boston's up 3-2 right now. This one is back in Philly. I'll go first here. Just give me the Celtics. No explanation. You just give me the Celtics. Jesus Christ. June.
Yeah, give me the Celtics to close this out. I mean, like I said, it was just a hiccup the other night. Give me the Celtics.
Malin.
I pray to God they don't go 3 for 22 in the fourth quarter again, because I'm taking the Celtics on this one. See, right? I told you we take our own teams. Damn sure not wanting anything good to ever happen to Philly. So I'm taking Boston.
Ryan.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Celtics. This should be a easy wash. Probably was a nice surprise to have Embiid back, but yeah, that high is gonna be gone for the next game. So
Nestor.
I like that we're all picking the Celtics to win. I like that. Yeah, Celtics for me. You know what happens when that happens?
Nothing good.
I swear to God. I swear to
G Money.
I'm sorry. I'm looking at fucking Thompson shoes. What the fuck is he doing? He's got rainbow bright fucking shoes on. The fuck is that? I mean, it's like the fuck. Anyway, yes, the Celtics have finished playing with their food. They're winning this game.
Well, I'm really, really confident in this now. Next game, Denver and Minnesota. Game 6. Minnesota's up 3-2. June.
That's a tough one for me.
It's tough.
It's tough, but because of the injuries, I have to take the Nuggets. I have to take the Nuggets in this game.
Malin.
I'm going Nuggets just because I want to see the Spurs and Nuggets play in a series. So if that's what I want, I got to go for it. I don't want it. And logistically, them injuries, man, that's going to come back to. I just feel like Denver is going to do it. I don't think it's going to be a joker necessarily because Gobert seems to be able to shut him down in ways that nobody else can. I don't understand it. Makes no goddamn sense. The man makes a joke about COVID and shuts down the Siberian. I don't know. But Egg Nuggets.
Ryan.
I am going to go the Nuggets as well. Just don't think Minnesota can close it out. Just unfortunate injuries at the worst time. Injuries are unfortunately a part of the game, but at this time it's just detrimental. So I think the Nuggets experience kind of shines through, and the Nuggets kind of take this one back.
Nestor.
Yeah, give me the Nuggets on this one.
We're back to G Money.
Yeah, Denver better win this one because if they don't, they're out. And I just think that they finally feel the urgency of the matter. And with Ant-Man out, with Vincenzo out, I think that's just a lot of scoring to take off the court for Minnesota. And Gobert isn't known as a scorer, so I don't know where they're gonna get those points from. So I'm gonna go with the Nuggets, but
Damn it.
Yeah,
Damn it, we needed one person to be different.
Well, Jalen's going to pick the Nuggets.
You ain't getting that with me because we're all taking the Nuggets here. So
Damn it.
Right now, I'm just going to say right now, Jalen, the Lakers and the Rockets can kiss my ass because we all look stupid picking the Rockets to win this fucking thing. And then we all we look stupid because the Lakers playing so great. And now the Rockets are like, oh, yeah, we can hit every jump shot we fucking take.
Right. They're like, hey, guys, I think if they keep making baskets, we won't play basketball anymore. We should probably try stopping them.
Like, Jesus Christ, Smart just took a 3-pointer 5 feet beyond the arc. Hey, it's that.
Somebody got money on the game.
What are we doing?
Shout out to Amber in the chat. She says, congrats to Nestor for his awesome week. So proud of him.
Oh, hey, Nestor.
Yeah, sir.
I'm gonna get red.
Happy birthday, Nestor. All right. Friday.
Appreciate it.
Say happy birthday, my boy.
Cleveland.
What we got on Friday?
Cleveland and
Shit.
Toronto.
Friday.
Game 6. Now this is Cleveland in the lead 3-2. We are on, I think we're on.
Yeah, it's on me.
Malin, yeah, okay.
Yeah. Ryan, just so you know, this is where I go off the rails a little bit because I take logic out of it. I never pick Canada to win anything, so I'm going with. don't give a shit.
I'm gonna make my background a Canada flag.
Shut up, clown.
Ryan.
Canucks.
I'm going Toronto.
All right. Nestor.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick to my guns. I think Toronto is gonna eventually win this series. I didn't see enough from Cleveland tonight to think they're gonna turn this around and start being dominant. Honestly, I don't believe in them. So give me Toronto.
G Money.
Yeah. Canada. I just don't see. I don't know. Cleveland's Harden will probably get stopped at the border because they're pretty sure they have a weight limit. But maybe they should actually let him go because he's the reason they are where they're at. So yeah, let Harden stay. Let him pass to the guy sitting in the 5th row, seat AA, because who doesn't want to get a basketball thrown at them when they're in the playoff game? Who's not on the court and not playing?
Pastor Drake.
That's 27 rows up. Oh, way out there. Just so you guys know, if Harden throws a ball 27 rows up, I think Gary should get a win, even if Cleveland wins this thing.
I'm also taking the Raptors here just because I'm sticking with my guns and I don't believe in the Cavs to do much of anything. So give me Cleveland. June.
I'm taking the Raptors. Nothing on this earth will ever make me pick Harden and Mitchell in a closeout game like this on the road. Ain't no way in the hell. Not gonna happen.
Smart.
All right, now.
Maple syrup drinking motherfucker. Goddamn Canadians. All right.
Last game here. We've got Detroit in Orlando, game 6. Detroit up 3 wins to 2. Ryan, we will start with you on this one.
I'm gonna go Detroit. I'm gonna go Detroit. For sure.
I got
I
something
think
for
they
you.
can at least get it to 7. Don't know if they can get it past that.
I got something for you, Billy. There you go.
What the hell? A Navy man would have a Canadian leaf bottle or something.
It's syrup. It's maple syrup.
Nestor, what is your pick?
I just think the odds are against the Pistons in this series now. Give me Orlando to win this one at home.
Okay. G Money.
Orlando. Detroit hasn't shown me really much of anything, even them just barely winning tonight. If they shut Cade down, they don't have anybody else who's going to score.
Yeah, I'm going to agree. I'm taking Orlando, especially since they're at home. I think this is a series. It looks like it's going 7 games, and I don't know. They just match up, and for them, really well against Detroit. For Detroit, it's really bad. So give me the Magic. June.
Yeah, I'm taking the Magic to close this out. I just think it's too much for Detroit. They're too young. They don't have a one scorer, and I just don't think they can go on the road in this game and close out the Magic. I just don't think it can happen.
And Malin.
If I want Orlando, Boston, then I need to take Orlando. So, take Orlando.
There we go.
What the fuck was that, dude?
All right, locks. This is one thing you are for sure, without a shadow of a doubt, is going to happen sometime between tomorrow and next episode. So it could be any sport, any parlay, any straight pick, whatever you want to do. Would anyone like to volunteer to go first?
I'll go. I'm in the world of hockey tomorrow night. Stars versus Wild. And give me the under. The over under is 5.5. Give me the under in that matchup.
You said this was Stars versus
The Minnesota Wild.
Versus the Wild. Okay.
I'm taking the under 5.5.
All right. Who would like to go next?
I will. So, turning our attention to the sport of kings. That's right, my friends. The Kentucky Derby is rolling in Saturday.
What you got, baby?
I've got Further Ado at 6-1. But I'm also going to roll with a superfecta, which is picking 4 horses. I got Further Ado coming in first, Puma coming in second, Commandment coming in third, and Chief Wallaby coming in fourth.
Look at you, big spender.
Can you repeat that, please?
Yeah. So the superfecta.
Come up with some funny ass names for horses.
You haven't heard half of it. Further Ado coming in first. Puma, I think it's the Puma, but no, I dropped the off of it. Coming in second. Commandment coming in third. And Chief Wallaby coming in fourth.
So you need to get those like exactly
right in that order. In that
it has
order,
to be in that order, yeah.
Interesting. Okay. I'll volunteer to go next here because mine is pretty simple. It's just one pick. I'm taking the over on Jaylen Brown's first quarter points tomorrow night, which I think they're at 6.5 right now, or at least when I put it in, it was 6.5. Oh, sorry, 5.5 is the line. All he's got to do score 6 points tomorrow, basically in the first quarter. So,
okay,
I like that one a lot. So that is my lock. Who would like to go next?
I'll go ahead and go. Go ahead and go to baseball. It's crazy when we do the ride or die in 5 and we got all these different ass sports. It normally doesn't happen because football's not happening right now. My Seattle Mariners are about to start a 3-game series against the Kansas City Royals. And the Kansas City Royals are one of the worst teams in the league with only 12 wins. In the American League, only the Houston Astros are worse. And that makes my heart happy that Houston's that bad. I'm going to say that Seattle is going to win the series, taking 2 out of 3 from the Royals.
Okay.
A lot.
That's a good lock.
Okay.
I tried to do this one last month. I'm with Kimi Antonelli to finish in a top 3 in the F1 race this weekend in Miami, plus Bayern and PSG over 2.5 goals on Wednesday.
Okay.
You got 2 different sports. Lock.
Nestor, I got someone that works for me going to F1 Miami.
I envy them.
$7,000.
7 grand.
To do it.
Wow. Okay. I think we're just down to Ryan now.
Yeah, so I'm gonna stick with baseball,
Okay.
and I'm gonna lock in Ronald Acuna Jr. Uh, his over hits, runs, and RBIs sitting at 1.5 right now. Seems like a fairly easy lock. That's my go-tos um, for main sports. So those PRAs, HRRs for me are easy locks. So Acuna's been doing pretty well. So
Okay.
You said it's at 6.5?
a 1.5.
Oh, 1.5. Over 1.5. Okay.
I'm so mad. I'm so mad that BetMGM has not put up the Kentucky Derby yet.
I know they haven't.
And I'm like, what are you guys doing? So I'm just gotta wait. I just gotta
Dude,
keep waiting.
You know what makes me mad? Miami. On top of being such a pretentious, shitty city, they're selling a hot dog that is worth $100 at the
the front
F1
door.
race. It's called the Golden Glizzy.
There ain't no way in the hell.
Yo,
No, dog.
hey,
No.
Look it up.
Ain't no hot dog worth $100, bro.
Be careful when you
I
look
don't know
this
if I
up.
want to type
I'm
that.
just
Yeah,
saying.
I was about to say, I don't know if I want to type that into Google.
Yeah, I'm not
I
putting
mean-
that in.
Yeah.
I mean,
The
I mean,
FBI
you
agent
say
see
that,
my
man.
search bar.
On purpose.
I mean,
Turn the
Yeah.
parental
You know.
controls on when you do this.
Incognito search that, June.
Yes.
VPN on. All right. Anything else you guys want to mention before we get up out of here?
Brian, it's been good having you on the show, man.
Yeah.
Nah, yeah, I greatly appreciate y'all welcoming me in. It was definitely a great time.
Yes, thank you so much for coming out. Again, be sure to follow Open Gym TV on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, all your favorite places. Be sure to tune into his stream tomorrow night. Send all the good vibes his way, and the Atlanta Hawks all the good vibes. Besides that, folks, we will see you all back here next week, same time, same place. Shout out to all the people that came to the chat today. We had a few people in the chat as well, just watching live in general. So, yeah, we'll see you all next week, and have a good one. Peace out.
Yes, sir.
Peace.